Roughriders return home with the Grey Cup.
Go, Riders, go! We are the champs!
A nurse practitioner public medical office opens in Regina, and ensuring the Glenelg mobile home situation doesn't happen again.
Live from our studios in Regina, this is CTV News.
Well, good evening, Saskatchewan. How are we feeling today? It was Rider Nation rejoice time last night in Winnipeg at the Grey Cup as the Saskatchewan Roughriders won their 5th title, beating the Montreal Alouettes 25-17. Now, there was a bit of nerves there. An Alouette comeback in the 4th quarter did have fans fearing a possible repeat of Grey Cup's past, but it was a late fumble by a former Rider that proved to be the turning point.
A second down and 2 from the 3.
U of R Rams alum Tavon Campbell makes the hit that causes Shea Patterson to fumble the football near the goal line. Marcus Sales has the recovery. So instead of possibly the Alouettes tying the game, it's the Riders keeping the 8-point lead, and they have the ball. From there, they would hold on for that 25-17 victory, lifting the Grey Cup in the stadium of their biggest rival. Donovan Mace takes us back to Saskatchewan's success story.
It is SR time in 2025.
Needs a touchdown. Heaving it down the field, into the end zone, deflected, and it falls to the field. And Gray has just turned green and white.
The Saskatchewan Roughriders Grey Cup champions for the first time since 2013.
We say it fast enough, it's our time. So we need to get some t-shirts printed up that says that's our time. And it was our time, and I was glad we were able to come through.
We knew that we were able to retain a bunch of guys and keep the core. Going into year 2 as a group, there's no reason why we shouldn't be here tonight. And then here we are.
Harris, and he gets it underneath Ellis, and afterwards rounds the corner.
Trevor Harris winning his first Grey Cup as a starting quarterback in the CFL, being named the game's most outstanding player.
I feel like I'm just getting started to be in a way, but just couldn't be more grateful to do it with this group of guys.
3 receivers out to the right. Harris looking that way. It's complete. It's Ellis inside the 20.
While Samuel Ellis voted most outstanding Canadian.
It just had to happen against them. It was definitely motivation, and we made it happen. Everybody in the organization made it happen.
Offensive coordinator Mark Mueller, along with 6 players on this championship team, are locally grown. Born and raised in Saskatchewan, now lifting the cup in the green and white they grew up loving.
It means so much to me because my family can be a part of it. They're a huge part of it. And I'm just so, this group has been special since we got here.
Having the province behind us, so to be able to bring that back to them is something we're super excited about.
We brought it home. We brought it home, Rider Nation. Couldn't be more happy. The Rider Nation deserves this. It's been way too long.
And the Grey Cup returning to Rider Nation.
I'm so happy for the province. I'm happy for Rider Nation, everybody back home. I can't wait to come and celebrate with everybody. We really appreciate Rider Nation, man. They stuck with us through and through. We love you, Rider Nation. Let's go, man. Come on.
The confetti now settled. The celebration just beginning.
What does that feel like?
And it feels just like that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, baby.
Donovan Mace, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Everybody, literally everybody.
Of course, after the game, more than 1,000 fans decided to flood onto Albert Street in Regina, known as the Green Mile, to celebrate the victory together. Police did shut down the area to keep people safe, and overall, pretty peaceful celebration. No arrests, no injuries. Here's what fans on the street last night had to say moments after that big win.
Feels great, man. Oh, my God. 12 years running since 2013. We won, baby!
We trusted that our guys, Trevor Harris, Corey Mace, we had trust in our boys, and they got it done! They got it done!
Yes, excitement for sure. Even the dogs were out. Fans will get a chance to pack the Green Mile one more time. There is a parade coming up. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But let's return to more success of what we saw today. Rider fans a little tired, but they wanted to celebrate with the team. So the team did return early this afternoon, and at Mosaic Stadium, it was a chance, the first chance for fans to celebrate with the team before tomorrow's parade. With more on today, here's Jacob Carr.
The 112th Grey Cup champions, Saskatchewan Roughriders.
The morning after the Riders hoisted the Grey Cup and green and white confetti flew at Princess Auto Stadium, fans of the team were eager to get their hands on some Grey Cup merch at the Rider store. T-shirts. Whether it was Grey Cup champions hats or T-shirts, the clothing was flying off the shelves. What a great game. It was good to watch. Let's get worried at the end, you know. And as players made their way back to Mosaic Stadium, Rider Nation was there to greet them, some saying that they couldn't miss this opportunity to welcome the team home.
I went down to Winnipeg on Friday, drove from Saskatoon 8 hours, but had to come, so on my way back home, I had to come support them.
Then it was time for some of the Riders to deliver speeches and get the crowd fired up. Next up for the green and white is the Grey Cup Parade, and for some it'll be a first-time experience, even if they've been covering local sports for 40-plus years.
I've been to Grey Cup parades with my mom in Toronto in 76, 78, Montreal 79, 81, Toronto in 80, you know, the Grey Cup parade preceding the game. I've never been to a Rider Grey Cup victory parade, and so I'll take one off the bucket list tomorrow.
Jacob Carr, CTV News, Regina.
Yeah, Rob was always busy coming back from where the Grey Cup was held, especially if Saskatchewan was in it. Okay, so here's going to be the parade route tomorrow. It begins 2 o'clock. The route on Albert Street at 13th Avenue. That's the first place people can stand all the way down to the legislature. Spectators are asked to stand on the west side of Albert Street as traffic will be allowed to continue going north. The Riders are going to be coming down the south way. So although police, they're asking motorists, please avoid the area to make things less confusing. The program at the Legislative Building will begin at 3 o'clock, so might take them an hour to go down the street and waving to everyone. There'll be speeches by head coach Corey Mace, Grey Cup MVP Trevor Harris. Parking will not be available in front of the legislature, so you'll need to find parking elsewhere. And if you can't make the parade, we will be carrying it live on ctvnewsregina.ca.
Road to the Cup, brought to you by Regina Plumbing and Heating, official partner of the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Sabine joins us for our first look at weather. She's tired. She had to get up real early in Winnipeg to make it back, but it was worth it, right?
It was, come on. Seeing the Riders win in Winnipeg, yeah, it was 1,000% worth it. Yes, absolutely. And I was lucky enough that the road conditions were quite nice. It was a beautiful day in the Queen City, in much of Saskatchewan, and we're going to continue to see great temperatures and conditions as we head into the rest of the week, including for the parade tomorrow. I'll talk more about that coming up in your full forecast, but we did see some precipitation making its way into the province. You can see further north, more so in the form of snow, mostly rain for central southern Saskatchewan. Temperatures still sitting above. There's no way Weyburn is at -36, so we'll have to take a look at that one. But many parts of the province still sitting at above zero as our current temperatures. And we're going to continue to see that as a theme as we see into the rest of the week. Now, the average temperature for this time of year is hovering around -1, and we got up to +5 today. And again, we'll expect to see warm temperatures tomorrow as well. So I'll have all those details and more coming up in your full forecast. Lee?
All right, thanks, Sabine. Yeah, I don't think it's -36, but if it is in Weyburn, get out. Come up here. Saskatchewan residents who can't find a family doctor will soon have another option. The provincial government today cleared the way for nurse practitioners to establish medical clinics and provide services that are covered by Medicare. Wayne Mantika has more.
It's estimated that 200,000 Saskatchewan residents don't have a regular family doctor. Now they will have the option of seeking care through a group of nurse practitioners.
Really exciting to see how nurse practitioners are playing a larger and larger role in primary care in Saskatchewan and making sure that patients not only have access but are attached to a primary care provider.
Medicare will cover the cost for 19 nurse practitioners through a pilot program. The nurse practitioners will be located in several communities.
There are some that are urban, Regina, Saskatoon, but there's also contracts that are in Prince Albert, Wilkie, Cardiff, Estevan, to name a few off the top of my head. But it just allows for a better expansion of primary care access for residents in all of those communities.
The first nurse practitioner clinic has opened in Regina. For patients, it will be similar to visiting a family doctor.
Providing, like comprehensive assessments for patients, providing a diagnosis. We will be ordering labs or x-rays, any imaging that they can get from a primary care physician, we can also provide.
The NDP opposition endorses the idea.
I think that nurse practitioners have a very important role in team-based care, absolutely. I think that we need to be looking at utilizing them more, absolutely.
The government expects that patients will be well served, with plans already being made to expand the pilot program. Wayne Mantika, CTV News, Regina.
An 86-year-old man is dead after he was struck by a vehicle on Saturday in Yorkton. It happened around 5:40 on Saturday on Mayhew Avenue. The 86-year-old was transported to hospital but did die a short time later. The driver of the vehicle did remain on scene, and so far no charges have been laid. RCMP continue to investigate. A Court of King's Bench justice will now decide who pulled the trigger in a Saskatoon murder case. 28-year-old Andrew Rosenfeld is charged with second-degree murder in the death of his girlfriend, 20-year-old Nakira Brown. Brown was shot in the head in the couple's Saskatoon apartment. The defense says Brown died by suicide, arguing she had a history of suicidal idealization and that her gunshot wound is consistent with a self-inflicted injury. The Crown says there's no evidence Brown was suicidal that night and that she didn't fight him because she didn't believe he would kill her. The prosecution called the relationship tumultuous and said Rosenfeld overheard a call with Brown's brother about plans to leave, then reported her death to 911 just a minute later. A date to deliver the verdict has not yet been set. Regina's Planning Commission is taking a different approach to housing by proposing manufactured homes like trailers be allowed in all residential zones across the city. Sierra D'Souza Butts has the details.
For months, Glen Elm Retirement Community Residents Association has been looking for a solution to help manufactured homeowners in Regina.
At the beginning of this year, our community, Glen Elm, had 150 families. Today, we have 33 that are left on this site.
After numerous residents were evicted from Glen Elm Park and forced to move their manufactured homes elsewhere, the group has been working with city officials for months to find a sustainable solution for residents with mobile homes. Now, that is becoming a reality.
Asked the folks in the planning department to take a look at the entire circumstance, and they've done a lot of work, a lot of research, and have come back with a formal recommendation that, hey, anyone should be able to buy a lot anywhere in the city of Regina and be able to move a manufactured home onto it. Why not?
Currently, manufactured homeowners are only allowed on properties designated for residential manufactured home zones, one in Glen Elm and one in Argyle Park. However, if approved, the bylaw would allow manufactured homes be permitted in all residential zone neighborhoods within city limits.
Of course, we were hoping that this process could have happened faster, but in all fairness, it is happening within a 6 months cycle. So I think you cannot complain that the city has not been responsive to this.
The recommendation will be brought forward to Regina City Council on Wednesday for final approval. Sierra D'Souza Butts, CTV News, Regina.
Local families will receive a boost this holiday season thanks to the efforts of Saskatchewan organizations. Operation Santa launched this morning at the White Buffalo Youth Lodge in Saskatoon. 60 nonprofit community organizations will take part in the Adopt a Family program, which will provide hampers filled with food, winter clothes, and other essential items. Organizers say providing for people is essentially important as the number of families in need grows.
The goal is still 750. We do know we're going to go well and above that number. And it's all referral-based is one of the things about Operation Santa. It's referral-based because the organizations that work on the ground know their families. It's anonymous. They don't know they're getting any hampers. They don't know they're getting any surprises during the holiday season. Operation Santa has been running for more than 10 years. Nominations open for the Regina Citizen of the Year presented by CTV. It's given out each year to an individual who exemplifies excellence in community service. To find out how to nominate that special someone, you can get the guides on our website. The deadline to submit your nomination Friday, December 5th, and we'll announce this year's recipient on New Year's Eve.
Still ahead, the Green Party's only MP is supporting the budget. What will the NDP do? Plus, concerned Canada won't be able to eliminate cervical cancer by 2040.
Well, the Liberals were looking to pass its federal budget tonight, and hours before the vote, they learned that they were getting one vote of support from the Green Party, Elizabeth May. The government, though, still needs opposition support or some MPs to abstain for it to pass. Mike LeCouture is the latest.
Now, the Liberals don't have the votes just yet, but it would seem the numbers are shifting. Here's what we know right now. The Bloc Québécois and their MPs have already indicated that they will vote against this budget. Conservatives have hinted strongly that they will do the same. But the Liberals, by mid-afternoon, did get one more vote on their side.
I will vote yes to avoid an election. I will vote yes in the confidence that the Prime Minister heard my pleas and committed to meeting our legally binding commitments under the Paris Agreement, committing to reconciliation, committing to action for adaptation to protect us from the extreme events we can no longer avoid.
Now, the key here is the NDP and their 7 MPs. They have not indicated just yet which way they will vote, but the math is pretty clear. The government either needs 2 abstentions or one more opposition MP to vote for their budget. If they don't get either of those 2 scenarios, the government could fall because this is a confidence vote. However, Mark Carney, the Prime Minister, early today, seemingly confident that he will be getting the votes, saying that this budget is the right one for this time, and he believes that it will pass through Parliament.
What Canadians want is to invest in their country. A confident budget, a budget that moves forward, brings us together from local infrastructure to new ports, new future, more independent, stronger Canada, better Canada for all. And that's the opportunity for parliamentarians to vote today.
Now, all eyes will be on the House of Commons at 6:45 Eastern Time. That is when this vote will happen, and that is when we know if Prime Minister Mark Carney's government will survive. Mike LeCouture, CTV News, Ottawa.
And we can tell you the vote has finished and the budget did pass by just a few votes. We'll have more details on what this means tomorrow for you at 6. A Calgary man and his daughter have died after being swept into the ocean by a large wave in California.
The storm that passed through created a large swell that's generated very big waves here at Garrapata State Beach.
It happened on Friday in an area known for rip currents. The local sheriff's office says 39-year-old Yuji Hu and the girl's mother, who's not being identified, went into the water to try and save their daughter. The girl had been swept into the ocean by waves as high as 6 meters. Both parents were taken to hospital where Hu later died. The mother is in stable condition. After more than 2 decades of progress, cervical cancer rates are no longer declining, and the Canadian Cancer Society warns the country may not reach its goal of eliminating cervical cancer by 2040. Sarah Plowman has the details.
Every day, hundreds of Canadians hear those dreaded words. You have cancer. For Linda Wu, that moment happened 35 years ago when she saw a doctor for her pregnancy and learned she had cervical cancer.
If I hadn't gotten pregnant, I wouldn't have known. I would have been like
every other woman who discovered it when it was too late.
A new report shows after a long period of steady decline, cervical cancer rates have plateaued, even though experts say it's preventable.
This really highlights that we aren't making the progress that we had seen before.
For women aged 35 to 55, cervical cancer is actually increasing.
The rates now in 2022 are the same as they were in 1992.
The report's authors point to several factors behind the shift.
Increased transmission of human papillomavirus, or HPV as some people know it, low uptake of the HPV vaccine, lower cervical screening rates.
Dr. Amanda Selk says cervix cancer doctors are noticing more cancer cases, and some are more advanced.
Cervix cancer is a terrible, terrible disease, and if we can prevent it for so many people, if you can just get yourself screened and follow through with treatment. We treat people all the time, and they do really well.
Most cervical cancers are caused by human papillomavirus, HPV. Vaccines are offered in schools, but coverage continues to lag below targets. Screening methods are also changing as provinces move to HPV testing, a move the Canadian Cancer Society wants all governments to follow.
We want to be able to say by 2040, no one will have this cancer in Canada.
The report did show that cancer mortality rates overall have gone down, and mortality rates for lung, colorectal, and bladder cancers have been declining rapidly. Sarah Plowman, CTV News, Fredericton.
U.S. President Donald Trump is now urging Republican lawmakers to vote to release the Jeffrey Epstein files, a complete reversal from a previous position. Trump has faced some questions about his links to Epstein and his potential knowledge of the late financier's sex trafficking operation. He has maintained he has nothing to hide in connection with Epstein. However, questions about his relationship with the convicted sex offender who died in 2019 has fueled speculation and has led to some fractures in loyalists in Congress. Several Republicans have indicated they are willing to break ranks and vote in favor of a bill which would compel the U.S. government to make public all the documents on Epstein. And the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration is lifting all restrictions on commercial flights that were imposed during the 43-day government shutdown. Airlines were allowed to resume normal flight schedules as of 6 a.m. Eastern Time. The unprecedented order to cut flights at 40 major American airports had been in place since November the 7th and impacted thousands of flights. The FAA says it was necessary to ease the strain on the system and help manage staffing shortages at air traffic control facilities during the shutdown.
Still ahead, a look at how much fans enjoyed the Grey Cup experience in Winnipeg.
An historic appointment Tuesday on Your Morning. Meet the first Indigenous Chancellor of the University of Regina and what he hopes to accomplish in his term.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at what you can expect for your forecast heading in. Real quick, though, I will tell you Weyburn is not minus 36. It's pulling from a different model. I can't update it manually. It's +2 in Weyburn. Our friends in Weyburn should be doing all right. Just as nicely as we were doing in Regina today. Warmed up to about 4.7 to be exact, but 5 degrees late this afternoon. Winds were pretty strong. We had some wind gusts up to about 40, 45 for most of the day. And now currently we are sitting at +3 with the winds just under 30 kilometers an hour. Now, we do have some precipitation showing up on our radar satellite where we are seeing most of it in the form of rain. We are seeing a little bit more of the mixed precipitation just north of the Saskatoon area in the form of freezing rain and snow mixed with the rain. And this system will eventually, as it's moving into towards Manitoba, towards the Parkland first, is where we'll start to see the transition from rain into freezing rain, possibly some late flurries. So I'll get out of the way and show you what we can expect. So you can start to see that transition later tonight around the Wynyard area, pink being the freezing rain, green being the rain. So Saskatoon could see some rain tonight. Assiniboia could see some rain. Even around the Regina area, expecting a slight chance of some scattered precipitation there. And then overnight, a lot of that turning into, especially once we get into the Wynyard and then into other parts of the parkland, freezing rain and flurries. So if you are planning first thing in the morning to do any traveling, something to keep in mind, check the highway hotline because we could have some icy conditions, especially in the parkland. We could still see some scattered precipitation in parts of southern Saskatchewan to start your morning, but the clouds are what are going to stick around for much of the day. By the time we get into the evening, we can see most of that precipitation is cleared, but there is another system coming from Alberta again in the area of Maple Creek. Swift Current we'll start to see it as rain at first as that system continues to move east. Eventually it changes into snow. Slight chance Regina could see some flurries, but again, you can see most of that snow settling further just north of the Regina area around in between Wynyard and Regina where we could see most of that snow. But again, it's not a big system that we're going to see large snowfall totals or accumulation. And then as we head into late afternoon Wednesday, the clouds start to clear. A lot of that precipitation starts to clear, and we head into Wednesday night into Thursday with clearer conditions. But it is the temperatures that I want to talk more about because, again, we're going to see above seasonal temperatures. Sure, we're seeing temperatures dipping below zero for our overnights, even into the daytimes for some areas. But our overnight average lows are usually hovering around the -11, -12 mark. So you can see we're still seeing warmer than average lows, and Prince Albert could see some rain tonight as well, as -1 is the low. And then tomorrow, +1 for Prince Albert, -1 for Lloydminster and L'Orange. As we get further into North Battleford, +1, 3 for Saskatoon and cloudy tomorrow, 4 and cloudy for Yorkton. And in the southwest, similar temperature, 6 and cloudy for Maple Creek, 4 and cloudy for Swift Current, expecting to see some rain tonight as well. And Moose Jaw seeing rain tonight, tomorrow warming to 6 with cloudy conditions. And that's basically the theme we're going to continue to see. Weyburn mostly cloudy, 6 tomorrow, 7 and mostly cloudy for Estevan, and Assiniboia cloudy and 6 with Weyburn and Assiniboia expecting to see some scattered precipitation tonight. Slight chance us here in Regina could also see that precipitation as we saw on the map. -1 is our low, 5 degrees tomorrow, winds up to 15 with a mix of sun and cloud. Slight chance we could see a little bit of that rain tomorrow morning as well, but for most of the day, expect to see a mix of sun and cloud conditions throughout today. 5 degrees tomorrow, 2 and mostly cloudy Wednesday, 1 and a mix of sun and cloud Thursday. By the weekend, mostly sunny Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 3 degrees Friday and Saturday, 1 on Sunday, but also take note, we're going to see some very strong winds expected on Sunday as well, gusting up to 60. So keep that in mind. And then by Monday, we are back, slowly getting back into that seasonal range with mostly cloudy conditions. And if you are heading to the parade tomorrow, it does begin at 2 o'clock. Temperature around that time, about +4, feeling like +2. So it's looking like it's a good day for a little parade to celebrate the Riders.
Yeah, a pretty good day. I mean, you'll still want to layer up because you'll be standing around for a couple hours, not just in the parade, but also hearing the speeches at the legislature.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
And you will be there, Sabine.
I will be there.
Helping out announce all the festivities. So
that's right.
For that.
Right in front of the ledge.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Sabine.
Thank you.
While Rider Nation is celebrating, it was a pretty good night for Canadian football fans in general. Daniel Halverson spoke to fans before and after the game to get their take on the CFL's grandest game.
They don't just show up, they dress up.
Go, let's go!
Die-hard fans are the heartbeat of this 9-team football league, and the Grey Cup is a celebration of the truly Canadian sport that unites them all.
It brings Canada together again. I've been to many Grey Cups, and we all can party together and have fun together, but we can joke together and, you know, cheer for our own teams, and Grey Cup is everything.
Sunday's sold-out game in Winnipeg marked the first time Manitoba's capital has hosted the CFL championship in a decade, and fans traveled from coast to coast to take it all in.
I've said 1,000 times, the best party, the best fun that you could ever have. And I've been blessed. I've been to Super Bowls. I've been to many of these. There's nothing more fun than this.
For some, experiencing a Grey Cup game in person is like a dream come true.
It means a lot to be here. I've always been going to games with my mom, and we've never went to Grey Cup, so it's pretty important to us.
For others, like Winnipeg's Donna Jean Cron, the game is a reminder of the people who introduced her to Canadian football.
My dad passed away in 2018, so obviously we lived through lots of Rider good years. He missed the Bomber good years. My mom, she passed away in 2024. before, so she got to see the Bombers actually win.
And whether you're wearing blue and gold, green and white, or rouge et bleu, it's all Canadians who come out on top.
That's a lot about the community, meeting good people, enjoying a good time. Yeah, everybody's here just to enjoy good CFL football. It's fantastic. Cannot expect better weather than that. Seriously, it's awesome.
Yes. Daniel Halmerson, CTV News, Winnipeg.
And not just football taking center stage in Winnipeg on the weekend. Cheer teams for all 9 CFL franchises and 2 special teams brought their energy and talent on Saturday. The GMC Cheer Extravaganza took place at the Duckworth Center at the University of Winnipeg. 2 special cheer teams, the Blue Bomber alumni and the Canadian Football Cheerleaders alumni, gathered at the event. Each team put on about a 4-minute show with the Canadian cheerleading alumni team performing highlights of each decade.
So when you see a cheerleader out on the field, they're not just practicing a routine. They are giving their time and their service to the community. They are attending volunteer events. They are doing charity events. They're at golf tournaments. They're raising money. They fund their own trips to Grey Cup. So they start fundraising at the beginning of each year.
Organizers said the event was created back in 1997. Diane Greenough was the coach of the Edmonton Elks cheer team, and they added the event allows the 9 teams to showcase what they've done throughout the year.
Coming up, football isn't over in Saskatchewan as the U of S Huskies book their ticket to the Vanier Cup here in Regina.
Wardrobe consideration in part by Colin O'Brien Men's Shop.
So the Riders won the Grey Cup. The Saskatoon Hilltops won the Canadian Bowl for junior football. And this week, the U of S Huskies will try to make it a hat trick for the province as they're playing the Vanier Cup right here in Regina after a 22-11 win over Queens in the Mitchell Bowl. And the Huskies are truly a Saskatchewan team. They have 58 players from our province from 16 different communities. Hallie Mandrick has more on their successful Saturday.
The University of Saskatchewan Huskies are heading to the Vanier Cup. The Huskies took down the Queen's Golden Gales on Saturday afternoon with a final score of 22-11.
He'll take a knee, and that's it. The Saskatchewan Huskies are going back to the Vanier Cup.
After Queens scored the first point with a single, Huskies quarterback Jake Farrell found Daniel Wiebe for the first touchdown of the game, establishing a lead that the Huskies would keep for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, it's big. I mean, I feel like, anytime you're in a big game like this, you try to go to your best players, and obviously Daniel Wiebe being, the best receiver in the country, you want to get in the ball early. So, I mean, that's just a prime example of him, getting the ball and doing what he does.
The momentum continued as Daniel Kabungo ran for 85 yards with a touchdown return, also earning him the title of Offensive Player of the Game. Linebacker Seth Hundeby was named Defensive Player of the Game thanks to his 6 tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 forced fumble.
It's one of those moments when, the opportunity presents itself. It's like, holy cow, it worked. So, I really got to think, we do those types of plays all the time where it's like, if you ever get in that situation, what are you going to do? It's like, punch the ball out and whatnot. So I got to thank my coaches. They really set me up for that one.
A frequent sight throughout the game, players holding up one finger on each hand, signifying the number 11, a sign of solidarity with the team's starting quarterback, Anton Amandrud, who recently received a cancer diagnosis, forcing him to step away after week 5.
Going into the game, we all knew who we were doing it for. I was able to speak to Anton yesterday, and he told me to get him a big one. And as soon as before I even crossed the goal line, I knew what I was going to throw up. I knew I was going to, go to the camera and just tell Ace we love him because we really do, and we're doing this for him.
The Huskies will head to Regina on Saturday to face off against the Montreal Carabins for the Vanier Cup. A handful of those on the team were present to play in the Cup in 2021 and 22, falling short both times. And head coach Scott Flory says those memories are serving as fuel for the team.
The core of these guys have been around through 21 and 22. They've felt that disappointment, but there's a different edge to this group right now, and you can see that on the field. You can see it in the play. You can see it in the preparation from our end, and you can feel it. You can feel it in the physicality and how we're playing. There's a focus here.
Hallie Mandrick, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Some of Saskatchewan's top arm wrestlers put their strength to the test this weekend, facing off in a double elimination tournament. CTV's Damian Smith checked out what it takes to go over the top.
Forearm, bicep, and tricep strength are being put to the test at Broncos Pub and Grill in Pilot Butte. Local resident Jackson Oliver is fresh off of winning the provincial tournament back in July.
You could beat someone like 2 times stronger than you, maybe. Not 3 times. Like, the grip matters a lot, like where you start. Like, the smallest thing can make the biggest difference if you can be stronger than someone else.
Included in the tournament was the youth competition for those under 18 years of age, men's open and amateur, and women's open. Oliver, who also competed in the men's tournament, notes that the sport is not all force and strength.
So there's top roll. It's when you turn this way, and then there's cupping this way. There's a whole bunch of stuff like hooking when you're like this.
Solomon Latimer, president of Saskatchewan Arm Wrestling, is also one of the 3 referees and has seen the sport grow over the years throughout the nation. The love for the competition is something that starts in many contestants' family kitchens and backyards.
Once you're so many years into the sport, I suggest you to actually take a reffing clinic because it teaches you a lot more the more you move on.
In high competition stakes, Solomon states that it's not always the strongest arm that wins. A competitor may eliminate themselves without even realizing it.
Break arm positions like letting your hand pass your shoulder or going in a hyperextension where your shoulder goes underneath the table. More or less point out the things you don't want to be doing.
Great advice to gain the upper hand and smash the competition, whether it's at a tournament or your next family gathering. Damian Smith, CTV News, Pilot Butte.
Still ahead, Regina police need your help to catch a cashier crook.
Hello, welcome back. Let's take a look at our rural forecast for tomorrow. We will see cloudier conditions tomorrow after we've had a system come through bringing with it mostly rain. Some areas could expect to see some freezing rain and a combination of wet snow and some flurries as well. But tomorrow, as you can see, primarily cloudier conditions. Some areas, outlook expecting to see some rain tomorrow. 3 is the expected high there. 2 and some scattered flurries for Hudson Bay. And then we have a mix of sun and cloud for Meadow Lake at -1, mix of sun and cloud for Spiritwood, and 0 is the expected daytime high there. Again, when we get closer to the southern border there, we have warmer temperatures. 7 for Coronach and cloudy, 6 for Carlisle, Maple Creek, Assiniboia, and Rockglen, 5 for Broadview, and Leader seeing cloudy conditions, but Lumsden, Pilot Butte, 5 with a mix of sun and cloud, and 3 degrees for Rosetown and Kenora. If we take a closer look at Cut Knife, where internet speeds up to 1 gig are available through SaskTel, located about 185 kilometers west of Saskatoon. Starting out the day mostly cloudy. 1 is the expected high. We'll feel closer to 0. By the evening, though, the snow is expected to arrive, and you could see about 2 to 4 centimeters of snow in the evening.
The incident happened on October the 23rd, 2025 at around 11 p.m. on a 4900 block of Gordon Road. A man entered a business and demanded money from the person watching a cash register. The suspect is described as a man, Caucasian, wearing a black and white hoodie, a black ball cap, sunglasses, black pants, and white and black Nike sneakers. He had a scarf covering the lower half of his face.
I'm Belton Johnson, board member with Regina Crime Stoppers. Did you know Crime Stoppers will pay up to $2,000 cash rewards for information on this or any other serious crime in Regina? Callers do not have to identify themselves. Calls are not traced or recorded. In Regina, Saskatchewan, and Canada, call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. That's 1-800-222-8477. You can also access our website at www.reginacrimestoppers.ca. Remember, our community suffers when you remain silent. Please report crime.
Crime Stoppers is brought to you by Leak Audiology, helping you live well with better hearing.
Saskatoon could become one of the smallest cities in Canada with dedicated transit police. City Council is going to debate on spending more than $1.5 million to have 9 officers, 2 patrol cars dedicated to transit when it means for budget deliberations next week. The budget comes as the transit union says its drivers are spending more time to deal with social disorder and safety on buses. Of 17 cities examined by administration, only those with populations of 1 million people had police officers dedicated to transit. And riders feel the city is going to roll out a $250 million bus rapid transit program in 2028. Safety should come first.
Let's get this dealt with and things working smoothly before we go full tilt into the BRT in 2028. You're going to spend that amount of money. Let's invest a little more into safety.
A report from Winnipeg last week says fare enforcement on its buses have helped recoup up to $10 million it lost in unpaid fares every year. Saskatoon does not enforce fare payment. Stock markets both dropping today. The TSX dropped by 250 points, the Dow Jones by 557 points. As for the Canadian dollar, it went up a little more than 1/10 cent to 71.17 cents US. On the commodity front, gold down $39.10. West Texas Intermediate crude down slightly by 9 cents, while Western Canadian Select crude a decent jump, up $1.55 per barrel, so $48.45 a barrel. So that has not made a change in gas in Regina, at least when we think it would do. Instead, it's gone down again. So gas up, everyone. It's currently sitting at $1.24.9 per liter.
Fewer Canadian homes changed hands last month compared to a year earlier. There was a 4.3% drop in sales in October, but month to month, home sales were up about 1%. Sales were up in BC, Alberta, and Quebec, but down in Ontario, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. The national average sale price in October was just over $690,000. Headline inflation came in at 2.2% in October. It was 2.4% in September. Gas was less expensive last month, which helped bring inflation down. Shoppers also got a break on fresh vegetables and processed food, but paid more for frozen and fresh chicken. A new poll by a group called Snowbird Advisors shows a 15% drop in the number of Canadians heading to the U.S. this winter. Instead, snowbirds who seek the sun will jet to countries like Mexico or Spain. The U.S. government's tariffs and treatment of travelers is turning Canadians away. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Coming up tonight, we've got St. Denis Medical at 7:30, Stumble.
Oh,
remember last week I said it's not my newscasts. It's actually cheer teams, community college, that are competing against each other.
Like a reality show or like a...
No, it's a sitcom.
Fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tim Hortons Holiday Smile Cookie campaign has kicked off for another year.
Yeah, the launch party took place at the new Tim Hortons located on Shuka Boulevard in Regina. Celebrities gathered and were put through some rather unusual cookie-making challenges. The Smile cookies are now on sale for $2 each. All the proceeds go to charity, 50% to Tim Hortons Foundation camps, and 50% to Airlo Sport Venture.
It's a crazy week, a lot of cookie making. You can see today with our special guests, it's maybe not the easiest thing to make these cookies. That's maybe why sometimes you don't see the perfect smile on them when you get them. But our team is super engaged. They love the week. They know that all the proceeds go to local charities and the Tim's camp, so they're happy to help out.
Where did Mike get that sweater from? The Regina and area Tim Hortons are hoping to sell 50,000 cookies and raise $100,000 this year. And the Grey Cup Parade is the second parade in 3 days in Regina.
Yep, that's because on Sunday, thousands of spectators gathered to share the holiday spirit. Santa Claus came to town. More than 60 organizations came together to spread the holiday cheer at Regina's 39th annual Christmas Parade. Organizers say that they're planning for next year's 40th annual Christmas party. Well, it's kind of a party. Parade is already underway, bringing the community together to kick off yet another holiday season.
And you were part of that parade.
Yeah, I was there. Cole of our 5 show from our morning show, Daryl and Kayleen. I kept the candy canes we gave out till the last minute. I didn't hand them out because I always feel bad for the kids at the end. They always seem to get shortchanged.
We don't have a good strategy on how to disperse the candy evenly throughout the parade.
Couldn't have put it better myself.
Why? It's Monday.